Hey guys, welcome back to another movie review. So tonight I just got back from watching Superman and this is my spoiler-free review. Now before I start this review, let me go ahead and say this first. I am a huge Superman fan. I think he's one of my favorite superheroes of all time. I've seen all four of the original Superman movies with Christopher Reeve and I thought only two of them were good. I think Superman Returns with Brandon Routh is extremely overhated and I think Man of Steel with Henry Cavill isn't perfect, but it's also a really good movie. But when I heard that DC was making a new Superman movie that was not only going to be written and directed by James Gunn, the director of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, but that this movie was going to be the start of a brand new DC cinematic universe, I was super excited, and this became one of my most anticipated movies of the year. I have loved every single trailer that came out for this movie, and that's how I got super hyped for this movie. I have heard nothing but great things about this movie, and guys, now that I have officially seen this movie, I can happily say that I have witnessed a masterpiece. I am so happy I could let out a primal scream of joy right now. Ah! James Gunn freaking cooked. The gun didn't jam. The gun was fully locked and loaded. This might be recency bias, but I think that this is easily the best Superman movie of all time, and I also think that this is one of the greatest superhero movies of all time. I think DC absolutely cooked with this movie, and this was an amazing start to the DCU. There are so many things to process here, so let's break down the best and worst parts of the movie. The first positive for this movie is easily David Corenswet as Superman. David Corenswet was born to play Superman, and I can happily say that he was absolutely fantastic in this role. He embodies this character so perfectly, and he did an amazing job at making Superman feel like a symbol of hope, truth, and justice. He is Superman! Another positive for this movie is the visuals. The visuals in this movie look absolutely beautiful, and I really admire how vibrant and colorful they looked. Another positive for this movie is the action. This movie has a lot of really awesome action sequences, and they will keep you locked in for the entire runtime. Another positive for this movie is the side characters. Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane is absolutely perfect, and she had fantastic chemistry with David Corenswet's Superman. I also really enjoyed characters from the Justice Gang, and Guy Gardner and Hawkgirl were both great characters. But out of all the Justice Gang members, Mr. Terrific absolutely stole the show, and he even has one of the best action sequences in superhero movie history. Another positive for this movie is the cinematography. This movie has some of the best cinematography of all time, and there are a lot of really beautiful shots in this movie. Another positive for this movie is Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. Nicholas Hoult gave a phenomenal performance as Lex Luthor, and he is not only the best live-action Lex Luthor of all time, he is also one of the greatest villains in cinematic history. This man was a generational D1 hater for the whole entire movie, and that is exactly the kind of villain you love to see. Another positive for this movie is the humor. There is a lot of great humor in this movie, and it does not feel forced at all. It just feels very, very natural. I kid you not, this movie has a lot of great jokes that are guaranteed to make you laugh in the best way possible. And the final positive for this movie is that it actually feels like a comic book come to life. The thing I love the most about this movie is that it isn't afraid to go all out when it comes to taking pages from the comic books and translating them in live action, and this movie did it in the best way possible. Now for my negatives, guys, I'm gonna be honest, I am struggling to find one negative with this movie because I think this movie is absolutely perfect, and this is exactly the kind of movie the world needs right now. Overall, I had a really great time at the theaters watching this, and this is not only the best Superman movie of all time, I think this is also one of the greatest superhero movies to ever exist, and I think this was an amazing start to the DCU, and I highly recommend this movie because, again, this is exactly the kind of movie the world needs right now, and the rating I would give for this is an easy 10 out of 10. Before I end this video, I need to let y'all know that this movie has two post-credit scenes that set up the future of the DCU, and I think you guys should definitely stay for those because after watching this movie, I am very excited to see more of this universe going forward. But anyways, yeah, that's my review of Superman, and thank you for watching. If you want to see more reviews like this, follow me for more. Peace out.